We got a call.
I know it was you, Ray.
Who else will be knocking on your door this late at night?
Bit late for a job, don't you think?
Well, unlike you and I, crime doesn't sleep. You just stand there, you're gonna put your clothes on.
Mind if
I suppose.
Jesus, Ray, what do you got in it?
I couldn't tell you. I was too tired to look at the label on the bottle.
So what are we dealing with that requires something that strong, huh?
What it seems at your average suicide case, woman finds her husband dead on the floor with a knife in his hands.
Seems a bit far from my usual pay grade, don't it?
Yeah, but something tells me there's more than meets the eye with this one.
What makes you say that?
Couldn't tell you. Call it a hunch, I suppose. Whatever it is, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
I hope for the sake of this case, you're right. For the sake of my sleep schedule, I hope you're wrong.
Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Willie.
Like I say, they brought out the big guns for this one. Now you know you're not here to make small talk. They're upstairs.
How bad is it?
I didn't take a good look myself, but I'd brace myself if I were you. Now, I gotta warn you, it ain't pretty.
Just step aside, will you?
I was wondering when you'd show up.
Well, not everybody's as quick as you, Chief.
This is the worst I've seen in a while, Ray.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you on that one. Is that the wife?
Yep. That's her. Called us about an hour ago. Screaming so loud on the phone we could barely make out what she was saying.
She see it happen?
No. Thank goodness. She said she saw him when she got out of the shower.
Let's go ask her some questions.
Good evening, Mrs.
Miller. You can call me Lucy.
Mrs. Miller will do just fine, thank you.
Oh.
So, Mrs. Miller, what can you tell us?
Well, we had gotten home from a night out not too long ago. I went to go take a shower, and while I was in the shower, I heard a noise. I called out for George, and when he didn't respond, I stopped the water and came out. Saw him like this. I just don't know why. Why would he do this?
Well, Mrs. Miller, that's what we're here to find out.
He was a kind man, a gentle husband. We had plans to go to the West Coast in just a few days to celebrate our anniversary. I don't see why he would do this.
What do you see, Ray? Mrs. Miller, how much time would you say passed between the time that you stepped in the shower and you heard the noise?
Oh, I don't know. A few minutes. Maybe 10 or so.
10 minutes, huh? And, what kind of noise did you hear?
Well, I heard something fall, and that's when I called out to him.
I find it strange that he decided to kill himself when you're not only home, but a few feet in the next room.
What are you insinuating, Detective?
Oh, nothing.
Detective, Are you claiming I played a role in my husband's death?
I haven't claimed anything, Mrs. Miller, but I'm pretty sure that we're all aware that something doesn't add up here, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
This is absurd. How dare you think such a thing? I'll have you know that I
Mrs.
love...
Miller, we're just trying
Get
to...
your hands off me. I think it's best if you both leave. This is way too much for me to take in at the moment. My husband is dead, for Christ's sake.
Mrs. Miller, do you always keep the window open when you shower this late?
I beg your pardon, Detective.
Or did your husband open the window?
I suppose he must have opened the window while I was in the shower.
Did he happen to fall out the window and climb back in?
Excuse me?
I just find it strange that for whatever reason there seems to be a dirty shoe print on the bottom of the windowsill. And before you tell me that your husband was standing on the windowsill, I should inform you that the footprint seems to be facing in and not out.
What are you trying to say, Detective?
What I'm trying to say is I don't think you're telling us the full story here.
I've told you my story, and that story's a full one. I was in the shower, and I heard a noise.
Yeah, we already heard that story, Mrs. Miller, but we didn't hear the story of the person that came through your window and killed your husband. Or should I say, helped you kill your husband.
How dare you insinuate that?
It means that you're guilty, Mrs. Miller. The open window, the obvious sign of entry, the sign of struggle on his wrist, the sheer coincidence that you're in the other room when all this happened, which, by the way, I still think you're lying about. There. Everything, Mrs. Miller. If I were to give my best guess, I'd say that you're having an affair with your husband, and the mystery person that came through that window is your secret lover, and he helped you kill him. What I want to know is why, though. What was the rest of your plans? There had to be a way out. The story has a beginning and a middle. Where's the end? Surely it couldn't have just ended in murder. Whatever it is, I know you're hiding it from me, Mrs. Miller, and I will get to the bottom of it. Of course. Earlier you mentioned that you're going on a trip in a few days, but now I realize your husband was never going to go on that trip. Somebody else was going to be in that seat in that plane next to you, weren't they, Mrs. Miller? Excuse me. Ms. Miller. I suggest you sit back and relax, Miss Miller. I just got word your flight's been delayed. Take her away.
No! Unhand me! You can't do this!
You know, Ray, gotta hand it to you. That was pretty impressive.
All in a day's work. Or should I say, night.
I gotta ask, Ray, how'd you guess she was having an affair?
You see, Leonard, in a case like this, it's always important to make sure.
You guys are still awake? When you said you were having people over, this isn't what I thought you meant. And who the hell is the girl passed out in the hallway? What's with the caution tape? What did you do to that teddy bear? Wait. Is that Nathaniel? What did you do to him?
Nathaniel.